Hi everybody, thank you for coming to my channel, d.vs.debt. This is D and it is Freebie Friday. Woohoo! So I am going to be showing you how to make your own cash envelopes, several different kinds. So I'm going to be sharing in my description box the link to the place where I found this free digital paper, and all I had to do is print it. So I picked the 3 patterns that I liked. I thought this was super cute, so I'm going to be showing you how to make, with this one, an envelope that is like patterned on the back, which this is a pattern right here, and then it's clear on the front and it has a strip with the name of your envelope. So that's what this one's going to be for. This one is going to be for a little envelope that goes inside your wallet or your purse. So the one where you fold your money in half and stick it in the envelope. So that's a pattern I'm using for that. And since Dia de los Muertos is coming up, I thought it'd be fun to show you how to make the little tiny envelopes for the 100 envelope challenge and such, using this paper right here with the calaveras. So I have my envelope titles here. So one's gonna be "Which Better Have My Money," since it's a Halloween theme, and then my "Boo," since again, Halloween theme. And this, you'll see in a minute, is going to turn into my transaction log. So I'll talk about that when we get to that one. So my hands are naked today. I didn't try to pretty them up because I am going to get down to business and we're going to do some crafting. So here it goes. So for the 100 envelope challenge, the envelopes that you create have to be small enough to hold a folded up bill inside. So what that means then is that I'm going to create a strip of paper that measures 3.5 inches tall by 5 inches wide. I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm just going to take regular old tape and go around and seal the edges so that it creates a pouch. So I fold it over, trim the edges off, do the other side, and same process, just run the strip along and then fold it over and then trim. Now, as you can see, it creates a perfectly good little pouch that holds money inside. However, if you're worried about it not being sturdy enough to take the wear and tear of having money go in and out, then you can take wide packing tape and just do like a faux lamination, a fake lamination. So that way you just run the tape over on both sides, front and back. And then the same thing happens once you lay your tape down. You're just going to go around and trim the edges so that you now have what looks like a laminated envelope, but in reality it's just covered in tape. But it works just as well as a laminated envelope, and it saves you all sorts of money because you don't have to go out and buy a laminator. Because I've basically sealed the thing shut, what I'm going to do then is just use the cutter to cut clear across the top to create a nice clean edge, and now I have my laminated quote-unquote envelope. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking a bill, folding it in half, and measuring how big it is, because what I want to do is now create a little bit bigger of an envelope that I can use to stick in my wallet or in my purse or in my back pocket when I go into the store. And so now I've created those 2 little strips of paper that are going to be the front and the back of the envelope. And now I'm cutting out the little title that's going to go on one side of the envelope. So this one, to go with the Halloween theme, it's going to say "My Boo." We're going to pretend that I have a boo and that I'm going to buy that person all kinds of stuff. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner, and that is going to go on the front side of my envelope. So I pick a place where I want to put that down, and you don't have to go crazy with the adhesive because that's just to hold it in place long enough for the laminator to come in and seal it in. The next thing I'm doing now is for my bigger envelope, I have to be precise with my measurements for this one. So I have to make sure that it is the right measurements that I want for my envelope. I'm also going to be cutting out a transaction log to put as the back side of my envelope, and we got to make sure that they're going to fit together. So as you're going to see in a second, the log is just slightly smaller than the envelope, but that's perfectly fine. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, run the adhesive tape along the back and kind of eyeball where I want it to line up so that I have plenty of room to write what my purchases and such are. So now we have the front and back ready to go. And now I just need to cut the strip that has the name of my envelope on it. So this one is actually going to be embedded inside of the laminate, and it's going to look like it's floating because it's going to be inside of the clear sheet. So now I'm going to take my laminating sheet and I'm going to be cutting the bottom 3.5 inches off of it. I'm actually going to use that to be the inside pocket of my cash envelope. So first I'm going to take what's left of my sheet and I'm going to go ahead and put in my background and the other envelope that's ready to go. So now what I need to do is measure the laminate that goes inside of the cash envelope. So it's 3.5 inches by 7 inches, which I'm trying to be very careful so that I'm nice and accurate. And I'm going to slide it into here. So I'm creating a bunch of layers inside the laminating sheet. Now this is the most important part. I take the part from the bottom that I cut off and I turn it inside out so that the shiny pieces are touching each other. I'm going to slide these together in between the strip that says the name of the envelope and the background. So it's like a little sandwich inside there between both of them. What this does is it creates a pocket for the money to go inside of because the two shiny parts don't stick together, and so that's the pocket that the money slides into. So now that I've laminated it, I'm going to go ahead and cut it open. As you can see now, I have that pocket in there for the money to slide in. And I'm going to go around and leave a little lip around each side, except obviously for the top where I sliced it right open so that I can have that pocket inside. I like to leave a little bit extra at the bottom so that I can punch it to go into my binders. So here I'm just kind of showing you, I didn't actually punch. I'm just kind of modeling how I lay another envelope over it so I know where my holes go. Punch it in, and that way I can take it in and out of my envelopes. Now you're going to have really sharp edges because of the laminate, so I like to use this edge rounder to give it a nice smooth finish. That way I don't stab myself and draw blood, even though that would go very well with the Halloween theme. So the last tip that I wanted to share is that on the back of your envelope now, inside, embedded into the laminate, is your transaction log where you record the date, the amount of your transaction, and your new balance. I prefer to use Sharpie, that way it doesn't accidentally wipe off, you know, if you rub up against something. So I write in Sharpie. I have a little bottle of rubbing alcohol and I just spray it onto there, wipe it clean, and then I start all over again. And so this way you can use the log as many times as you like. So that is it. There are your 3 different kinds of cash envelopes with and without a laminator. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Thank you so much for watching.